You know, it's common practice in some certain monasteries and certain yogic traditions to wake up 2:30, 2:45, 3, 3:30, somewhere in that area of time and meditate, because the world is at its quietest and most peaceful then. And then they go back to sleep. They don't stay up, but that is the optimal time for spiritual connection. Today we'll do a technique called the Healing the Heart meditation. There's been a lot of heaviness and emotion, and this is a good technique to intend to release some of the dullness and heaviness and darkness that we feel. And it's done by intentional breathing, of course, and some visualization, some inner sight. Now, the visualization doesn't have to be, with the visual cortex or seeing anything. It can be feeling or even hearing or sensing. It's kind of an awareness, so however you perceive the technique. And I believe we've done this once before. We might have done it more than once, but it's a specific technique handed down in the tradition of the Himalayan masters. It's a tantric hatha yoga technique, not too dissimilar from lots of the things we've done every day, just a specific intention to release any burdens on the heart. So just a little bit of background before we do it. We talk a lot about koshas and the layers of our self. Now, the word kosha was chosen intentionally by the yogis. It means covering or sheath or layer. So what's being covered or sheathed or clothed or layered? It's the light of our soul. So by very definition, the koshas are designed to encapsulate and create varying degrees of density around our core, which is the soul, the light of the soul. The soul that is self-luminous, it's self-effulgent, it is the light of consciousness itself. Now, at that level of our being, our awareness, there isn't any polarity, there isn't any negativity. So without polarity, there can't be good and bad, happy, sad, positive, negative. So that part of ourselves is our source of freedom, peace, compassion, love, bliss, joy. The reason that we have coverings over it, the reason is we are able to interact with other things in the world through those coverings or bodies. These are interfaces. These bodies are interfaces. And with the interfacing comes friction and conflict, of which there is a lot in the world right now. But we have to remember that at the level of our soul, there is no conflict, there is no friction, there is no discordant vibrating material. It's all vibrating in accord with itself. So that's part of us, and of course this physical body is part of us, but the suffering that we experience only happens in our lower nature. So the lower four parts of ourselves, the physical body, the mind, emotions, and our energy. So this meditation technique of healing the heart is working with any negative energy that's descended upon and clouding and weighing down on our lower nature, and working to release it through the crown chakra out into the world, and then intentionally breathing in more of the qualities of our soul, more of the qualities of the substance that the soul lives in, the dimension of the soul, which is perfect bliss and joy. And the more we intend to bring those qualities into the manifest world, into our lower nature, the less suffering we have. So I know it's theory that the soul is blissful and the body can suffer, but we can make it from theory to reality. We can make it practical by intending to. So our minds are very powerful. Scientists know that our brains are extremely powerful. So if we intend for something to happen, energy is magnetized to those intentions. I don't like to quote The Secret, the movie The Secret, but that's kind of the concept behind the movie The Secret, where you put your intention, energy follows. So let's do the technique together. I'll guide us through the technique. Find your meditative seat. Adjust your body and sit tall. Let your eyes close, please. Most of the meditations that I do start with breathing, so let's do that, please. The breath smooths out the physical flesh, it smooths out the energy that we carry with us, and also smooths out the mind. So breathing is very appropriate to start off with before meditation. Now together, let's breathe in fully. Let's fill our lungs up and hold the breath just for a moment. Hold the breath and adjust your seat once again. Open the mouth, let it all go. Seal the lips and breathe with pure inhales and exhales, 1-to-1 ratio. And let's intend to relax the body. This time today we'll start from the top of the head down. So put your awareness onto the very tip of your head and relax that area. Feel a wave of relaxation moving down your face, down your head, down your neck, shoulders. The arms are relaxed, chest, upper back, mid-back. Now, the engagement of your posture is still active. You don't need to relax that, but make sure the engagement is intentional, not tense. Relax your stomach, hips, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, feet. Now we're still breathing intentionally here, so I still want you to shape the breath deeper and smoother. It will eventually get more subtle and more involuntary as we move deeper into the practice, but for now, you're breathing deep. And I want you to bring your attention to your skin, please. Just develop awareness of the outer shell of your physical body, the skin. And now become aware of the space just beyond the skin. We occupy more space than physical flesh. It's our energetic signature. Now, although in the world today, lots of emotions are active, lots of very strong emotions are being directed, there is still a dimension of peace that is accessible. So let's for a moment orient ourselves to the dimension that is always around us, that is peaceful, that is calm, that is healing and soothing. When we attune our own vibrations to a certain frequency, that's the frequency we will receive as well. Like attracts like. Resonant vibrations attract resonant vibrations. It doesn't work the other way around. So know that you are physically sitting in a pool, in a sea of peace, of healing, of compassionate energy. And that is also the same material that our soul is made of. Now allow the breath to become more subtle. Let's no longer shape it. Just allow it to become a little bit shallow, a little bit softer. The actual technique of the Healing the Heart meditation is a 2-part breath, but the breath is involuntary and natural. You allow the breathing to happen, and you add the intention of energy with the breath. So please identify the center of the chest just with your mind. This is the place of your spiritual heart. The place where the light of your own inner consciousness is always shining. although there may be a cloud over it, there may be a heaviness over it. And now as we notice the body inhaling, we lift any darkness or cloudiness or negativity. We lift it from the heart in the chest, up through the body. And as you exhale, you jettison it out through the top of the head, out into the ether. So that's the first part of the breath. You inhale, lifting any darkness or sadness off the heart. Exhale sends it directly out through the top of the head, out into the space above. And then on the alternating breaths, when you notice the body inhale, you breathe in, you magnetize like a funnel, like a suction, down from the top of the head, all the goodness, all the light, all this healing and soothing substance that our soul lives in. Breathe it in through the head, down through the body, and then on the next exhale, let it expand through the chest, brightening, healing, comforting, soothing the heart space. So the two intentions are alternating each breath. One breath we lift negativity off the heart, exhaling it, sending it out through the top of the head. Then the next inhale, breathing in the light and the love and the compassion that's all around us. The next exhale expands it through the heart. What you intend to happen will happen. Intend for this activity to have an effect, and it will. If you choose, you can add the mantra I on the inhale and am on the exhale. Or the Sanskrit version, so-hum. If the words confuse you or complicate things, don't use them. Have the intention to clear and clean the heart. Shine it up. Release it from any bondage. The first inhale lifts any darkness or sadness. The next exhale sends it out. Next inhale brings in light and peace and bliss. The next exhale seats and expands it through the heart. Now please just rest. Rest in pure white light with a hint of gold color. Feel that the heart has been freed. The heart is clear and bright. The heart is rejuvenated. You are the outward representation of your soul. We'll close with a prayer. You can choose to repeat after me or just listen. There is a peace which passeth all understanding. It abides in the hearts of those who live in the eternal. There is a power which maketh all things new. It lives and moves in those who know the self as one. May that peace brood over us, that power uplift us, and may we know and live in unity. Inhale, please. Slowly open the eyes when you're ready. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. Stay cool out there. Stay peaceful. Stay positive. Stay safe. Send out lots of love. Lots of love. Only the best. I love you guys and girls, kids. Thanks, Anna. You're welcome. See you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, by the way, so 6:30, not 7, 6:30. Thank you, Dee. Thank you, Jazz. Grazie. Barb. Buongiorno, Barb. It's good to see you.